Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Unfiltered News. Quit fighting me. Unfiltered News from the Reality Zone, where political correctness is not spoken here, compiled by G. Edward Griffin. and this is for February 8th through the 14th of 2014. This is the comic strip for this week. Why is everyone snickering? Global warming thing, 17-year cooling trend, says the mammoth, the elephant in the room. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's get on with the headlines for this week. I'll have a link to the newsletter at the bottom of the page, and you'll be able to go there and click on these. And be able to go there and read the articles, as always. Alright. First article of the week. Ron Paul has launched a petition to grant clemency to whistleblower Edward Snowden, which he should be. This would allow Snowden to return home without fear of prosecution. InfoWars, February 14th. I don't know. I don't trust the drones and Obamacare and the poisonings and everything going on. There's a lot of crap going on right now that's un-American. Okay, video. Freedom Force Hall of Honor member Michelle Bolden, who is a former of the Michael Bolden, who is a former of the 10th Amendment Center, is making an impact on NSA spying program. Utah, home of the NSA's biggest spy center, is considering legislation from the 10th Amendment Center that would deny water and electricity to the NSA facility, which would effectively shut it down. Oh yeah, if you cut the water off first, I guess they wouldn't be able to cool their system, and these chips would just go pop, pop, pop. And if you cut the power off, well, I'd just shut it down altogether. Yeah, if you don't want to destroy their supercomputers, just shut the power down. CBS, February 14th. Next, here is an action plan so you can help to nullify NSA spying in your state. Now, this is something important to look at. You may be able to do the same thing in your state with the NSA buildings. Tell them they're not allowed to get public access, since we are the government, not Washington District criminals. They don't understand that. They haven't understood that in a long time, that we the people put you in there to be servants, to listen to our plea, not the other way around. Don't they understand? Of course not. Not only are Obamacare enrollment numbers very low in this next article, the program is facing a new problem. 20% of people who are enrolled have failed to make the first month's payment. Imagine that. The Exchange, February 14th. You gotta see that article. Understand it. Okay, let's go to video. Washington State. The Department of Energy ignored and tried to deny a plutonium leak at the Hanford nuclear storage facility, leaving local residents at risk. Since the federal government is liable for the waste left over from its nuclear weapons production, it prefers to cover up the problem like this. A former worker at the facility says that maintenance contractors seldom will contradict the government because they want to keep their contracts. Don't you know? King 5 News, February 14th. In the U.S., Republicans joined Democrats and voted in favor of increasing the debt limit without any conditions or restrictions on future expenses. In other words, they're working together, and they always have been, and you just haven't been seeing that these two groups argue amongst themselves on MSM, and they're working together. You just don't see it. You don't see the criminality. The restart button needs to be reset. fire them all, replace them with people who are in business, who are in contracts. I mean, just go down the line. They don't have to be lawyers. They don't have to be lawyers. They just have to be real people. Don't you know? Reuters, February 13th. Anyways, let's go on here. Video. California's record-breaking drought will cause raising food prices across the country. The state normally supplies 50% of America's fruits and vegetables and nuts. And they do. Russia Today, February 13th. Now, the reason for this is I've read an article, I think it was the Intel source. They actually came out and said, guess what? They may be diverting the rain from California to keep the radiation from Fukushima raining down on that area. It may be, well, maybe a money junkie thing. They won't make any money if everything's radiated and nobody buys anything from California. Right now, that's already happening anyways. I always look at my produce and everything and say it's from California. I don't want that. It may have a hot particle in there. It'd give me cancer and kill me in a couple years. Same thing. I mean, it's just really. Obama is quietly moving ahead with plans for the international agreement on climate change that will ignore the constitutional requirement for Senate ratification. You know, pencil whip it. And he has a phone. Although the agreement would be easy for a future Congress or president to dismantle, it is rare that such a move has ever been done. Presidents just do it, and Congress looks the other way, because they're paid off. Guess who? Let's see, who we're giving a couple of $1 billion a month to, who turns around and through their lobbies. Do you get it? You will. Daily Caller, February 13th. Money given to a bad cause. Video. Internet food activist Vani Hara, the food babe, is making amazing progress in persuading commercial food sellers to switch to healthier ingredients. She's convinced Subway to stop using a cancer-causing plastic in their bread. They were putting plastic in your bread. I did not know this. I was eating Subway when I was at work and going to Subway because it was supposed to be the healthier food. No, they got plastic in there. It's like eating margarine. You know that margarine is only one molecule different from the container it comes in, and that mice, flies, vermin of any type will not eat margarine? Something to think about. 1 week later, she presented Chick-fil-A with a petition containing 50,000 signatures. The company agreed to stop using chicken treated with antibiotics, which is bad, because if you actually need antibiotics, you've already been taking them, and it's like the penicillin treatment. Your body builds immunity against it, and it has no effect on the disease. Do your research. Infowars, February 13th. Okay, here we go again. General Electric, the manufacturer of the Mark I nuclear reactors installed at Fukushima, have known for many years that the design of the reactor's coolant pool was flawed and that devastating accidents were possible, exactly as happened in Fukushima. Engineers working on the original design say that the flaw was ignored because to require reconstruction of all reactors already built would have put the nuclear power industry out of business. Money junkies. Think money junkies. These people are hooked on money, making a profit for their people that have investments, and they don't care about you and me. The U.S. has 23 Mark I reactors currently in service, don't you know? Washington Blog, February 13th. See what's going on? You're not paying attention if you don't. Do your research and come back and talk. Gun rights. U.S. federal judges ruled against California restrictions on the right to carry a concealed weapon. Gun owners challenged the San Diego permit process in federal court, arguing that they should not have to prove they face an imminent threat to their safety to qualify for a concealed carry permit. The federal court agreed. This is a good thing. The ruling was correct, but sadly, this case should never have been heard in the federal court because the federal government has no constitutional authority in such matters. It's in the Constitution. They shouldn't have to argue the Constitution unless there's something else. Don't you know? CMS or CSM, February 13th. Rand Paul in a video has filed the largest class action suit in history to restore the protections in the Bill of Rights that have been violated by the NSA. The suit not only would defang the NSA, it would require the purge of all existing records if they were acquired unconstitutionally. CNN, February 12th. That means you would not be on a watch list or not be able to fly. And TSA would be disbanded also through this. It's something, it's coming down, it's going to happen because this was all unconstitutional, un-American, and if you disarm the civilians, shit would not happen. Sorry about my language, but it's true. Racing with the Sun is a very good video if you want to check out a video. Our power grid is unprotected. They haven't went out and tripled the grounding on these giant transformers. They just haven't done it. No. It's too much money. It may cost something. Money junkies at work. They were let it all fall down while they were living on their paradise islands with generators and whatnot that are not affected because they weren't running at the time. And let you sit back and suffer and die. And don't you understand yet? You're not paying attention. Just not paying attention. Scary. Real scary. It's a real horror show out there. You haven't seen it yet. Okay, here we go. Nebraska. Voters in the small town of Fremont voted with a 60% majority to keep a city ordinance requiring renters to swear that they are U.S. citizens or have a legal status to live in the U.S. This was done despite threats of multi-million-dollar lawsuits and loss of federal grants. February 12th. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm a national sovereign. I put that on my license. I told them, I'm a national sovereign. I do not bow down to a 60-mile area called Washington District of Criminals. Because they're all criminals, they're all paid for, they're all being influenced by lobbyists from foreign countries, not local lobbyists, foreign lobbyists. And you should all do the same thing. When you renew your license or ask you what your status is in America, say you're a national sovereign. In other words, you recognize every state of the Union except for District of Criminal. When you call yourself a citizen, you're calling yourself a corporation to District of Criminal. This is something out there. When you get a letter in the mail, and it's all in capitals, that's not you. That's a proven fact. It's hard to get the courts to agree with that. A lot of people have won in certain courts using that argument. That name that you see, that you summoned me here, is not me. I'm just coming in and telling you it's not me. And you can walk out. Simple as that. A lot of people has done that. Okay, California is looking at Israel's example of using desalinized ocean water to help the state's agricultural industry. Several desalinization plants are under construction and others are being considered. Bloomberg, February 12th. Now the only thing is, will they filter out the nuclear particles coming over here with cesium-137 and other elements? That's the whole thing. Otherwise, the food is going to absorb that, and you're going to be eating nuclear food that's radioactive. And I just don't understand if they're doing that or not. This is the stuff in the pudding that we have to find out, the ingredients. Okay, next. And bring this up. Video. The Pentagon destroyed all photographs of the 2011 raid that allegedly killed Osama bin Laden. They destroyed them all because that wasn't him. He died in 2001. I don't know if anyone doesn't understand that yet. He died in 2001 of kidney failure and other complications to his condition. They have put CIA agents up there in front of the camera, a fat Osama, a skinny Osama. They put all these different people and put a beard on them and stuff, and they're on a stage with a green screen behind them. You're not paying attention if you don't know this. Okay? This was an old guy that somebody said looked like Osama bin Laden because he was living in one of the houses that he used to own. And he, had a beard and everything, and had a TV and everything, and the Pakistani actor went in there and killed him. And then they called it the U.S., and they jumped on it like candy, and going, yeah, we want that body. And they went there with helicopters, blew up one helicopter trying to get the body. They flew out of there. When they got back to the ship, they started doing photo comparisons. They discovered it wasn't him and just threw him over the side of the boat. That's what happened. That's the truth. The raid allegedly killed Osama bin Laden that include photos of bin Laden himself. So now there is no way to challenge the official version. This was done illegally after Judicial Watch made a formal request for the items. The destruction of critical documents and evidence is a classic sign of a cover-up. Another false flag to gain political importance or whatever to the people. CNN, February 11th. I mean, these people are just monsters, right? Yeah, you're right. A video. Osama has extended the Obamacare. Obama has extended the Obamacare enrollment date to 2016 for small businesses with 50 to 99 workers. This is in response to low enrollment, high costs, unpopular features, and the recent announcement that Obamacare will kill 2 million jobs. Incidentally, the president does not have a constitutional authority to change the terms of the legislation passed by Congress. Apparently, Congress doesn't care about that anymore than Obama does. Reset button needs to be pushed. Yahoo, February 11th. The reset button has to be pushed. We got to fire all the criminals in District of Criminals and put in patriotic people in there that understand business, understand the law, understand the Constitution, or are patriots. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's really, it's that simple. And I can't understand why people are so dumbed down except for the fluoride in their water, the medications they may be taking from the pharmaceutical sorcerers, the Infernal Revenue Service, infernal, yes they are, they're infernal. They shouldn't have existed since 1913. They should have actually been rounded up, and all these banksters hung back then, and we wouldn't have this problem today. We'd still be on a good system, and we'd be the most powerful country in the world, and everyone else would too, because they would follow suits. But oh no, we got criminals involved, and now we're paying the price. Okay, one of the reasons cigarette smoking causes lung cancer is that most tobacco contains a radioactive element called polonium-210. Polonium is a contaminant in the fertilizer used to accelerate tobacco growth. The same fertilizer is used to grow food crops as well, don't you know? Macola February 10th. Now, this is why there's some tobaccos out there, American Spirit, I'll back them up that they're not using that particular fertilizer on their tobacco. I don't know for sure, but it's supposed to be an organic, natural tobacco, not grown with these phosphate fertilizers and things. And it's this, it's the truth. I mean, and they're using it on food crops now. So now you're eating food with polonium in it. And it's just going to give you stomach cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer. You're going to die. They're trying to reduce the population of people out there that's smart enough to realize these creatures are alive. But the only thing they don't realize is when they get rid of all of us who are trying to fight against this, they're going to turn on each other like sharks, eating themselves. They're going to cannibalize on themselves until only the one survives, like in Highlander. I mean, and what's that going to do for you? Nothing. It ain't going to do nothing for you, because it would be so inbreeded that your mutants will kill themselves anyways or die naturally. So I don't know what they're up to. You need a pool to keep a population going. And I don't know if they got that in the plan or not. I just don't know. It doesn't really matter. We just got to stop them. And we all got to stand up to do this, or else you're dead as well. Your children's are dead. Everyone's dead. It all ends. And it's not supposed to end. It's supposed to be a rebirth on this planet. After they're gone. The evil ones, the psychopaths, the sociopaths are gone. Okay. Israel, once derided as the scheming of crackpots and campaign for boycotts, divestment, and sanctions against Israel, widely known as the BDS, is turning mainstream. The driving force behind this go is opposition to Israel's policy in Palestine. The Economist, February 8th. And I hope you know that the people running in Israel as a Zionist are not Semites. They claim to be Semites, but they're not real Semites. They're Central Asians. They're the Anakazis. And they're this an evil Russian group of barbaric people that got the choice to go down and take out everyone who was real Semites. The Palestinians are more Semite than they are. I mean, they make the Palestinians look like Christ off-breeds compared to them. And if you're not seeing that, you're not paying attention. Again, you're not paying attention. Anyways, video. The Red Cross has suspended aid to displaced Palestinians because Israeli government was confiscating the goods. Israel demolished 663 Palestinian homes last year, a 5-year high. Press TV, February 8th. Now look at that. They are actually acting as anti-Semites because they're going against the Palestinians who are more Semite than they are. And if you don't know that, you haven't been paying attention again. Haven't done your research, haven't looked it up, haven't done anything. There's a lot of information out there, thousands of articles at least, on the Palestinian cause. And it's thousands written from all over the world from people who know their roots. Anyways, video. The margin debt borrowed money to buy stocks have grown to a record-breaking $444.9 billion due to near zero interest rates set by the Feds. That means debt for speculation now is higher than just before the bust of the dot-com bubble and the housing bubble. Any questions? Motley Fool, February 8th. Don't you know? Not paying attention again. Here's an article of interest. There's a asterisk next to it. These are rare. Video. Even more amazing than the action between the hawk and the squirrel is the movie making. How did they film this? Well, the hawk is going after the squirrel in its little nest area. Yeah. Anyway, that's an interesting thing. That's the cool down point until we get to the analysis, reports and commentaries that look beyond the news to identify historical facts and trends that help to place the news into perspective. This is the think tank. Michael Mann, this article, the creator of the hockey stick global warming theory and author of the ClimateGate emails, is suing a critic in hopes of discouraging others from challenging his theories. You mean your fake theories? Your religion? Oh, I'm sorry. Climate warming is a religion. Believe me. You must believe in this. That's a religion, and you must have to believe in these theories. Unfortunately, the lower court appeals to be on Mann's side, stating that the critic had no right to question Mann's theories because they had been endorsed as correct, politically correct, let's put that in there, by government agencies. If this reasoning prevails, then political bodies will be able to legally define truth to mean whatever they wish, and dissenters will be punished. Real Clear Politics, February 12th. This is an example of what political Orwellian correctness is all about. You're looking at right here. You go against it because the government says so. The government is a servant. It's not a fact. These facts have nothing, and they know it, and they know they're wrong. They know they're wrong, and they're doing it because it's a scam, and they're trying to make money out of your pocket to theirs. You're not seeing it if you're not investigating it. You've got to investigate this stuff. There's so many articles out there to prove that the government is wrong. Abomination is wrong. Abomination. He's an abomination. He's wrong. Gore is wrong with his buddy blood and gore. Does that make any sense to you? It's all about blood and gore, reducing the population. You're not paying attention if you're not paying attention to it all. I mean, it's just that clear. Okay, next. This is the video. Obama says that using drones to kill U.S. citizens is assisting terrorists is justified. That's right. 200 people at a wedding party and 63 of them died. That's okay. We got what we thought was the terrorist. Even though there's no proof, there's no trial, there's no judgment. They just go out there and blow them up and say, there, hey, look, we got them. Really? And what about the innocent people that you owe them millions of dollars to for killing them to their relatives? Idiots. Absolute idiot. It's not justified. That's unjustified and un-American and actually a war crime. They are creating and doing war crimes daily, it seems, with these drones. And they're getting away with it. Because you're not standing up and saying no to them. If 330 million people got up and said no to the government, we're shutting you down, you're out of business, what would you think they'd do? They'd try to send their forces out on the street from other countries. Guess what? You guys out there, the police force, the National Guard that's still in the States, everyone, veterans, you're going to have to stand up, and we're going to have to take out this foreign invasion and stop them, and then go up to the White House and start cleaning house. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Here are his arguments in favor of that position, followed by retribution of those arguments. CNN, February 10th. Obama needs to be removed from office. He needs to be arrested for crimes, war crimes. He needs to be impeached. He's got all types of stuff against him. And then you got to take out his cabinet Then you got to take out the people behind them, the lobbyists. Find out who were paying them off to do this and go after them. If it leads back to the little country over there in the Middle East with the boy who cries wolf, so be it. We need to turn this back around, or we're all going to be in a heap of trouble here shortly with the world. Russia's not going to put up with this. China's not going to put up with this. And together, they can defeat America right now. Why? Because we're so spread out like the Romans were during the Roman invasion of the world, of conquering, that we're going to be easily taken down. There's nothing to stop them from doing it. And don't wake up. Well, you're going to see it happen in a neighborhood near you. Video. G. Edward Griffin, the hero, explains how the strategy of reality versus credibility is used to implement the UN's Agenda 21. This is part of the TPP that they're trying to push out there right now. There were foreign governments of the UN and NATO rule our country over and supersede our laws and constitution. Do you really want that? Do you really want somebody over there, and you can see what's happening over there, come to a neighborhood near you? Are you really that stupid? That dumbed down? Too much fluoride in your water? Too much Dancing with the Stars and football making you this way? Basketball? Baseball? I mean, we got some serious issues we gotta focus on right now to stop, or else it comes to a neighborhood near you. Think of the priest from World War II. It said, I didn't do anything when these people were prosecuted, I didn't do anything when these people were prosecuted, and I didn't do anything when these people were prosecuted, but when it came to me, there was no one left to help. Just keep that in mind. He explains why a limited food supply is an illusion, why freedom of choice is better solution to most problems than cohesion, and why the objective of Agenda 21 is to destroy property rights. We are Change Connecticut, posted February 7th. We have plenty of food. We got plenty of everything. It's the money junkies putting it through a funnel that's creating what's happening. They're bottlenecking everything, and it makes you have this illusion that you don't have all this stuff, and then it's global warming, and it's this bullshit, and it's other bovine excrement all over the place, and it's them who are doing it. Just think of Obama when he says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Think the opposite, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Just think the opposite, and you'll find that it's true. He'll do this, the opposite. He'll promise you the universe and then give you hell. I mean, you're not paying attention. Okay, here's this rock cliff, this walkover. This is awesome. It's called the land bridge across this inlet. And it's awesome. And then you got the humor for the week. I mean, it's just then you got this here. Meet the cronies. And they're out to destroy free market. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Best described as satire. It's humorous, but the message is painfully serious. Looks like a real TV ad for kids' toys. Don't forget to click in the phony navigation menu. The cronies posted February 1st. I've seen this, and it's the cronies, and I wouldn't doubt to see that in somewhere in some China Mart store. I mean, really. Then you got the Reality Zone classifieds. Don't forget his books. The Federal Reserve, A Discourse by G.F. Gritton. It's a continuation of the Creature from Jekyll Island. You got Natural Cures. Don't forget that one. Global Warming and Global Feudalism, which that's what Agenda 21 is all about with the UN. is to kick you off your property and turn you back into a slave on the king's property, where he can march around in a crown and a robe and prance around and have you grovel at his feet. Don't you know yet? Don't forget silver lungs. Remove chlorine from your shower, filter, and wake up. Start to get your pineal gland back. Cancer, the Forbidden Cures, excellent video. Creature from Jekyll Island, the second Dallas. Look, Dead Wrong, how psychiatric drugs can kill your child or make him kill others. I mean, really. Who's Who, the Elite, that tells you the membership of Burger Bearers and the Bilderbergers and the CFR and the Trilateral Commission and Skull and Bones. And you get to see all these Satan worshippers. They go out and they have a ceremony every July 15th. It's coming up again. They go out there and they sacrifice a effigy of care. And it's so psychological how they do this stuff that these guys don't even give a damn anymore about you and me. All they care about is their group and how much money they're going to make. Right. Laetale, Case Histories, one of the cures. World Without Cancer, another of the cures. B17, you know. Why in the world are they spraying geoengineering and weather control? They're doing that. They're doing it heavily. There's people, I mean, I just watched Shad. Shad's another video you should get a hold of. It's a DVD video. If you can't find the free hour and a half video, buy the video, share it with your friends and family, let them know about Shad. It'll wake you up. It's one of the most wake up movies out there. The State of Mind, that's mind control, belief, and everything. Well, I guess that's it. I think I just lost my I just lost my web page, so I'm gonna have to stop it here and go with 37 minutes. I can't get back up to the top to where Jedra Griffin is because, you know, it's Michael crap I'm using. I'm sorry I had to do this on Michael crap. I have links on here to get to my mail and everything because it works better with the mail. But if you do something like this, Michael crap IE 12 even fails on this, and you know, Internet Explorer, it's the worst thing. I should have done this in Firefox and I didn't. So until next time, be good or be good at it. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to be back next week. I don't know if anyone knew, but my father died, and I'm taking care of business there, and it took me this long just to do this newsletter. I decided this was just too important with the articles on there to let pass, and after Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days, I decided to do this letter now and let you see. Alrighty, like I said, be good at it. Hope your family's healthy and good. Until next time, good day.